Energy. We are living in very challenging times, and many of us are having a very difficult time managing our stress right now. However, stress management is more important than ever before. Here at Wild Purple Energy, we are dedicated, we exist to help people learn how to stay emotionally and spiritually healthy and well. And today we're going to talk about how salt bathing can help you relieve stress and maintain a level of balance and wellness in a what has now become a very chaotic world. Before modern refrigeration, our ancestors used to use salt to preserve our food so that it wouldn't go bad before we ate it. So what's often possible in the physical world is also possible in the energetic world. So as salts can keep away physical pestilence like bacteria, it can also keep away energetic pestilence. And negative emotions are an energetic pestilence in that they are low in vibration. Fear, worry, despair, despondency, depression, anger, rage, jealousy, betrayal, all those different emotions that we feel, and remember emotions are energy, these emotions invoke a stress response in the body. And that's what causes us to be, tensed and to not be able to sleep very well and to be paranoid and in a state of constant shock and worry. And we don't want to live like that. Despite what's going on in the world, it's very important for us to maintain a sense of balance. We are really only helpful to others after we've been able to help ourselves. And I believe that a spiritual hygiene regimen that includes salt bathing can help you do just that. So let's talk about salt bathing. There's two different types of salt bathing that we're going to discuss. One is traditional salt bathing, where you're actually submerging yourself in a bathtub and then taking a foot bath with bath salts. In all cases, I will always recommend taking a traditional salt bath just because when you are inside of the tub, you're submerged in water. Your body is in the water, and that also provides an opportunity for your chakras to be submerged in the water. But our emotional centers are our sacral chakra, the orange, our solar plexus, the yellow, and the heart in green. And when you can get in a tub, you can get those chakras underneath the water. And that will really, really help because chakras are, if you could look at them as like additional organs, like energetic organs, they play a role in transmitting energy, including emotional energy, in and out of the body. So if you can get those under that water, it'll help you with the purification process and releasing some of that anger and fear and things that are causing you to feel stressed out. So that is what I recommend first. Today in our demonstration, I'm going to be using the Wind Down Bath Salt Blend from Wild Purple Energy. And whatever you're using, just make sure that if you are bathing for the purpose of stress relief, that you are using a salt blend that has Epsom salts in them, which is magnesium sulfate. The magnesium is really important in helping elicit that relaxation response. It does help, it does affect the brain and also the body and the muscles to help relax. Okay. Of course, there's also an aromatherapeutic essential oil blend included in the salts already, and that of course is going to help you as you smell them. It'll help you relax, and also since the oils are going to be submerged under the water, they will also be able to get soaked in through the pores, and the oils that have been selected for this blend help bring about a relaxation response. We're also going to be talking about taking a foot bath. A lot of these new modern homes are being built, they don't have bathtubs, and I just hate that. If you're buying a house or renting a new apartment, don't rent or buy anything without a tub, okay? Salt bathing can do so much for you. I really recommend that you have a tub in your place. But if you don't, or if you don't have time, maybe you've got little ones or whatnot, if you don't have time, try taking a foot bath instead. And I use something like, this is what I use. I'm just kind of a purist. I just like the old, it makes me feel more like I'm doing a spiritual ritual when I'm using this ceramic. But I got this from TJ Maxx. It was like 15 or 20 bucks. But you can also use those wonderful electronic foot baths you can get like at Walmart or Amazon or Bed Bath & Beyond. and they've got heaters and they blow bubbles and all that. They have massagers in them. If you want to get one of those, go for it. So that is one way that you can also use salt bathing to relieve stress. So let's talk about how to prepare for our traditional salt bath first, and then we will talk about foot bathing. Okay, let's start our preparations for our traditional salt bath for the purpose of stress relief. There are 4 major steps we're going to focus on today: atmosphere, sound, scent, and intent. Let's start with atmosphere. We want to create a space that is going to help elicit a relaxation response. So the first thing I recommend is try to have a clean space in which to start your salt bath. So if you can tidy up your bathroom or your bathing space a little bit, it will really help with the energy that you are using and dealing with as you salt bathe. So tidy up a little bit, just as much as you have energy for. In addition to that, there are some other things that you can use to help set the mood. The first thing I recommend are candles. Now this is just a simple tea light candle. I like using these when I'm taking a bath for stress relief to help me relax. We all know that when we burn a candle, we automatically start to think about slowing down and relaxing at the end of the day. So using candles is a great way. Now you can put them anywhere in the bathroom where you can see them from the tub, on the sink, on the floor, or you can even line your tea lights around the edge of your bath if you are able. Just make sure that you do so safely. The next thing you can use are crystals. If you do have any crystals, choose one that is good for relaxation. This happens to be a rose quartz crystal, which is great for the energy of self-love. It's calming and very, very relaxing. So just put these anywhere in your bathing space, close to you or where you can see them. You can even pop them in the tub if it is a water-safe crystal like a quartz like this is. But make sure that your crystals have been cleaned and charged before you use them. Now let's talk about sound. The human and the energetic body really responds to sound vibrations. So I really recommend that you try using some soft, relaxing music as you bathe. It can be anything that you find relaxing. Soft jazz, light jazz, even an ambient music that you might use for meditation, and piano solos, whatever works for you, but just make sure that it's something that you find relaxing. Let's talk about scent. Now, as you already know, your Wild Purple Energy bath salts are already scented with an aromatherapy blend of oils that are going to help elicit a relaxation response in the body and mind. However, our bath salts are already been added. So that means that the oils are going to be underneath the water as you bathe. You will still be able to smell them as the water starts to evaporate and steam, but it's not going to be a very strong scent if you're just using the scent from the bath salts alone. So there are ways that you can add scent so that you can get a stronger aroma therapeutic response so that your body, mind, and spirit will respond even more to the essential oils being used. One way to do that is to add bubble bath is a great way to add scent. So we do have a wind down bubble bath in our wind down line at Wild Purple Energy. And the bubble bath is great because as the bubbles start to burst, they will release some scent. Okay. Another thing you can do is actually just use an essential oils. So you can just, after you run your bath and your bath is full, you can just take a few drops and just sprinkle them on the top of your bath water. Since oil and water don't mix, the oil will stay on the top of the water, and as it steams up and evaporates, you'll be able to smell the oil very well. Okay, before we talk about intent, I want to go ahead and get this bath water started, okay? So let's do it. So, starting with our bath salts, for the purpose of stress relief, I think 1 cup of bath salts is enough. So, now, Wild Purple Energy bath salts come with a scoop inside. Okay. So about 4 scoops is the equivalent to 1 cup. You're certainly able to add more if you want to, but for stress relief, we feel that's enough. Okay? So let's go ahead and add those. Okay? And you want to add your bath salts to the tub first before you add the water. Alright, now let's add our water. Important tip, the temperature of your water is very important when you're taking a salt bath, particularly when you're taking a bath for stress relief. As mentioned before, Wild Purple Energy bath salts have a combination of Epsom salts and Dead Sea salts, but the Epsom salts are magnesium sulfate, and you really want that magnesium to come through, soak in through the pores, and get into the bloodstream to elicit a relaxation response in the body and mind. So for that reason, you can't have your bath water too hot because your pores will contract and then it won't absorb all that good magnesium that you need to help you start to feel better. However, if the water is too cold, you won't want to stay in the tub. As you sit and you soak, the temperature decreases. You'll get uncomfortable and you might get out too quickly. So we don't want that. So shoot for warm to hot, not hot or too cold. All right, ready? Let's do it. All right, let's talk a little bit about intent. I feel that it's always best to set your intentions before you do anything. If you can look at bathing as a spiritual exercise, then you can actually use spirit to help you achieve your result. So at this time, I recommend calling in your helping spirits, whether you're just working with God, Ascended Master, healings, angels, whoever you work with. Invite them in at this time in whatever way you do that. I think a simple prayer will do. And I also like to do this part when the water is already filled. You see, water has the ability to be imprinted upon with your thoughts. That sounds kind of crazy to you? Check out the video on YouTube about Dr. Masaru Emoto's work with vibrations on water. He did some wonderful research that shows how thoughts, emotions, and music can affect the molecular structure of water. So I want you to use this water to program it with your intent so that it can energetically help bring about the relaxation response that you want. So after you fill your tub, then bring in your prayer, then bring in your spirit guides. Using incense will help you bring in your spirit too as well. And then speak your intent over your water. It is my intention to relax and relieve stress on all levels of my body, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It is my expectation that when I am finished bathing, that I will be completely free of all that ails and worries me. And so it is. There you go. So this is how you perform a traditional salt bath for stress relief. Now let's talk about how you can use a foot bath to relieve stress if you just don't have the time for a traditional bath. So I am enjoying that wonderful foot bath that I just prepared for myself. I'm already feeling more relaxed than I was when I first started. So let's talk a little bit about why a foot bath is effective. So have you ever heard of reflexology? Reflexology is a healing technique that includes applying pressure to certain pressure points on the feet in order to have impact on a certain organ or a certain system in the body. So the feet, there are places on the feet, the right and the left foot, that represent every organ and system of the body, as well as the energetic systems of the body. So I really love that we call the bottoms of our feet the soles of our feet, because in a strange way, they really do represent the entire soul of the human, the physical and the energetic bodies. So by placing your feet into salt, you have an opportunity to cleanse and purify all systems of the body. So it also allows for absorption of those magnesium from the magnesium sulfate, which is the Epsom salts, from the pores of the feet and on the bottoms and the tops and the ankles, depending on how much water you have in your foot bath. So that also allows for that absorption of the magnesium that will create a relaxation response. So if you are able to, if you have a tub and you are able to get into the actual bathtub and submerge yourself and your chakras under the water, do that. If you don't have time, try doing a foot bath instead. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. As always, I wish you peace and blessings every single day of your life. Take care.